In ancient China, we meet an old monk living a simple life in a small monastery. His days are filled with routine prayers, tending to the garden, and teaching young novices. The monk, whose name is Wei, feels a growing sense of restlessness, believing he has more to learn and experience in his spiritual journey. Despite his advanced age and weakening body, Wei dreams of visiting Mount Wutai, the sacred abode of Manjushri, but fears he may be too old for such an arduous pilgrimage. Wei's desire to visit Mount Wutai intensifies after a vivid dream in which Manjushri beckons him. Despite concerns from his fellow monks about his age and health, Wei decides to embark on the pilgrimage. He packs minimal belongings, takes up his alms bowl, and sets out on the long, dusty road towards Mount Wutai. Wei's determination is palpable as he takes his first steps, his heart filled with both excitement and trepidation. Wei finds himself in unfamiliar territory, far from the comfort of his monastery. He encounters various challenges, crossing swift rivers, navigating dense forests, and enduring harsh weather. Wei must also adapt to the new routine of seeking alms for sustenance, sometimes going hungry when villages are few and far between. Despite these hardships, each step brings him closer to his goal, and he finds strength in his unwavering faith. As Wei continues his journey, he meets fellow travelers and villagers who offer him valuable lessons. A young merchant teaches him about perseverance. A wise old woman shares insights on compassion, and a group of children remind him of the importance of joy. Wei adapts to each encounter, incorporating these lessons into his spiritual practice. He also faces internal struggles, questioning his ability to complete the pilgrimage as his body grows weaker, but his resolve strengthens with each passing day. After many months of arduous travel, Wei finally catches sight of Mount Wutai in the distance. His heart soars with joy and renewed energy, momentarily forgetting his aching bones and weary feet. As he approaches the majestic mountain, he encounters an old woman working diligently in a field by the roadside. Eager to know how much further he must travel, Wei politely asks the woman, "Honorable lady, could you please tell me how much longer I must walk to reach Mount Wutai?" To his surprise and slight frustration, the woman merely looks at him, grunts, and returns to her hoeing without a word. Thinking perhaps she didn't hear him, Wei repeats his question, raising his voice slightly. Still, the woman remains silent, focused on her work. Believing the woman might be deaf, Wei decides to continue his journey. However, after taking only a few dozen steps, he hears the woman's voice calling out to him. "2 more days, my noble monk. It will take you 2 more days to reach Mount Wutai." Confused and a bit annoyed, Wei turns back and asks, "If you could hear me, why didn't you answer my question?" The old woman, her eyes twinkling with wisdom, replies, "You asked the question while standing still, noble monk. I had to see how fast your pace was, how determined you appeared to be to finish the journey." This unexpected encounter leaves Wei pondering the deeper meaning of the woman's actions. He realizes that in life, as in his pilgrimage, progress and achievement cannot be measured solely by questions asked, but by actions taken and determination shown. The old woman's lesson becomes a profound moment of enlightenment for Wei, adding another layer of wisdom to his journey. As he resumes his walk towards Mount Wutai with renewed vigor, Wei reflects on this interaction, grateful for the unexpected wisdom found in a simple field by the roadside. He understands now that every step of his journey, every encounter, no matter how small, carries the potential for profound learning and spiritual growth. Wei reaches Mount Wutai, his body exhausted but his spirit soaring. As he climbs the mountain, he reflects on his journey and the wisdom he has gained. Upon reaching the summit, Wei has a profound spiritual experience, feeling the presence of Manjushri. However, this enlightenment comes at a cost. Wei realizes that true wisdom lies not in reaching a destination, but in the journey itself. He feels a deep sense of loss for the simple life he left behind and wonders if he can ever return to it with the same contentment. Wei begins his journey back to his monastery, seeing familiar landscapes with new eyes. He encounters some of the same people he met on his way to Mount Wutai, sharing his newfound wisdom with them. Upon reaching his monastery, Wei finds that everything looks the same, yet feels different. His fellow monks welcome him back, eager to hear about his pilgrimage, but Wei struggles to convey the depth of his experience in words. Wei now settles back into monastery life, but with a fundamentally changed perspective. He now understands that every moment is an opportunity for growth and enlightenment, not just grand pilgrimages. Wei begins to teach his fellow monks and villagers about the importance of determination, adaptability, and finding wisdom in everyday experiences. The chapter ends with Wei, now truly content, tending to the monastery garden, seeing the entire universe in a single flower, a living embodiment of the lessons he learned on his journey to Mount Wutai.